And a hip hop, a hippie to the hippity hip hop. You don't stop walking. This is just going to be a real quick happy Friday live stream for you guys. Okay, I want to make something clear. I'm not okay with Munchie anywhere. Okay? I'm not okay with Munchie being accepted over there in Sharon. And everybody's sitting there going, "Hi, Munchie." That's disgusting. It is. It's grotesque because they all know what it's indicative of. But I'm not going to fight back and forth about it because Munchie's been going to live streams, even been modded at a few. It's never mattered before to any of these people. Like, so as if to think that that doesn't strike me as odd and annoying is really ridiculous. So, Net, you thinking I'm in cahoots is ridiculous. Why are you even saying that? Kimmers, I don't need to go to anger management. I don't know you. Why would you even think I need to go to anger management? And you e-baggers, you know nothing about me. Why don't you just shut your blue waffling mouth up? Seriously, you know nothing about me, but I know that you're not a very manly man. I mean, look at what you do. You run around harassing women that you don't even know. Like, why don't you just stop, man? Just stop. And Amy, no, not obsessed with you. Sorry to bust your bubble, but no. So that's all I gotta say about that. How is everybody? See if anybody wants a little chat. See how people are. I'm disappointed in you, Trump's next wife. I thought you liked us in here. Not that you being at NetNets means you don't. I don't care where people go. I'm just disappointed, like, because you were like, those two are so mean. Like, I don't even get that. I don't understand it. I've never been mean to you. So, or anybody that you know, I'm pretty certain that people pretty much know I'm not mean or anything like these others are. But I didn't think Net looked bad today in her live stream. I thought she looked, I only just took a quick look at it. Regardless of what she's saying, I thought she looked good. Better camera angle, I guess. Which that's anybody. I mean, just like that screenshot camera flip thing. I mean, come on now. Can't all be wonderful, right? Every one of us has bad pictures. I mean, let's just be for real. Well, I didn't really come on here with too much of a topic other than I just wanted to address that idiocy of thinking that that's not annoying to me. Of course it's fucking annoying to me. It's like almost like somebody trying to poke at something, but, you know, passive aggressively, you know? You know what I'm saying? But see, I'm well aware of it. I already know. I already see it. I don't need it. I don't want to, just like the whole, oh, what is Coward and SG talking about? There's a big meth problem in Mass. If you're not, like, I don't understand any of that. I'm not looking to try to fight with people. So I get it that you guys are trying to mix things up. I saw Crystal Love in there trying to stir shit up, and I don't know, others all the time trying to stir shit up. But hi, truth finders. Will you? Okay. Do you have any kind of identification? Will you be showing me whom I'll be providing nothing to? Will you show me that, truth finders? You're going to show me who you are? You're going to show me who you are? You're going to come up here on the... How about you hop up on the panel right now? No. I'll drop the link and you can come up on the panel and you can tell us all about your story. How about that? How about I drop the link and you come up and you tell us all about your story? You tell us where you're from, whom you are, who you think you are, where do you represent? What are you representing? Okay, sure. You don't even have to cam up. You just let me know who the fuck you're representing. Take the hashtag off what? Take the hashtag off. Hashtag off what? You talking about? You're funny that you like come in trying to demand things to me. You're a funny one. Now you do know that I'd like you to pray for the fake cancer that I don't have to leave me and go into you. You don't mind doing that, right? Praying for the fake cancer that I have to come out of me and go into you because you're so sure it's fake. As soon as you pray for it to go into you and come out of me, as soon as you pray for that, certainly, sure, let's make a deal. You pray to God that it comes out of me and goes into you because you think it's fake, and then certainly. You pray to God. Did I say I was God? No. You pray. I dropped the link so you could come up and tell me whom you represent. No. First, I'm going to need you to pray to take, if you want me to remove the hashtag, then you pray to God to remove this fake cancer from me and put it into you. Why do you need to get dressed to come on and you figure, why don't you just you use your avatar? How about you pray for it to be removed from me physically and put into you, since you're so certain that it's fake? You tell God you'll take it away from me and accept it into you because you're so certain it's fake. I'm really not, it doesn't matter if you cam up or not. I really want to know, like, when you're going to pray to take the fake cancer. Breast cancer. Go ahead. Why would I be transplanting it? You transplanting it. I need it up, remember? Wow, 32 boring fuckers that can't talk. It's okay. Well, I got one person in here, fucking. Simka? Sorry, I didn't see you. I didn't mean you. I was looking for something. Hi, Simka. See? Now we got a quality person in here. Yeah, you ever think I shouldn't have been getting harassed while I was trying to have cancer blood? Hey, Truth Finders, I still haven't heard you beg God to take away the fake cancer and put it in you. I don't understand why you won't. I don't get it. I know that's me. I was looking through papers. Sorry. Hi, Rhonda. Thank you. Appreciate it. I figured once you guys heard that the day my daughter was notified, my daughter fucking made the GoFundMe. We find it funny. You know, e-baggers, why are you harassing me? We find it funny. We find it funny. Who's we? Yeah, it's e-baggers or something. You can get rid of them if you want. They're idiots. I was just fucking around with them until these people showed up. But you can get rid of them. You've never spoken to my daughter ever. Okay? And if you ever do, you're going to have a real problem on your hand. Yeah, definitely get rid of them. They're talking about harassing my kid and shit. Psycho people, man. Yeah, that's not cancer bullying or anything. Bullying a person like their daughter because they made a GoFundMe for them. Did you get rid of them, Simka? I can't tell if you do or not. So back here, like it's still like will show. So you gotta let me know. Like just let me know if you did, or just a thumbs up emoji or something. So I know I don't have to sit here and fume about this fucking weirdo. Thank you, Simka. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it. I appreciate you. Imagine not even on 15 minutes and already being harassed like that. Like what the fuck? Fucking gross out. So gross, so gross, so gross. Isn't it, Simka? It's fucking gross, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you, as for the exact name of what it was called, I just know it was cancer. And not Mets, which I was glad about that. And estrogen reactive or something like that, or whatever they said. Estrogen responsive. So I had to take a estrogen blocker. You know? I mean, I don't know what the deal is. Like, how do you not believe somebody sitting on chemotherapy with a pore under their skin, bald, in an actual hospital? How is that like? How is that possible for somebody to lie about that? I don't even want to ask you the outcome, Simka. Oh, she takes the blocker every day. She's still alive. Ooh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank you, Simka. Thank you. Thank you. How could somebody actually fake a hospital, man? Wow. Wow, look at that, Simka. This is sick, people. You know, can you get rid of that person? I don't know who that person is, Pete Babson. I don't have any mess. I don't know who Pete Babson is. You could get rid of them, man. Oh, it is? Could you screenshot the about section of that account? That way you can see how many accounts that same person comes in using. That way we can get some kind of a handle, I think, on, you know, how, I don't know, like, maybe you'll see another account somewhere and, like, you could check it and see if it's the same about, but it's made today. They're made today. It's fucking weird, man. Look at that, though. Like, that shit is, like, sick. I'm sorry, but it seems like cancer bullying to me, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, it really does. What would, like, Simka, if, so, like, 18 years ago, there really wasn't, you guys weren't really messing around with YouTube and stuff. But say I was your sister and what would you like as somebody on the outside looking in? If I was like your family member and this was happening to your family member, it's hard to fathom to me. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it. I see even saw like e-beggars telling Amy that yes, I am obsessed with her, which I'm not obsessed with Amy. She played a whole live stream last night where anyone, yeah, I, and did you hear like what Amy was saying last night about when I had said, like wow, because it was like a one-time incident and kind of that you and I fell out for a brief spot. We both said things, and we both, I feel, have genuinely apologized. I still feel bad about falling out with you and all because I respect you so much. You know what I mean? You're not like somebody that I have to tolerate. I think that you're a person who's a pleasure. Uh, oh, your niece had her first panic attack because of that? Or is that on the opposite to that? But it wasn't about God. It was about Travel Girl. But here's the thing: I get so upset. I've been so upset that they've been saying that I'm evil and I'm gonna go to hell and karma and all this stuff. And they try to tell me karma and stuff. And it's her daughter. Oh, I thought that said my daughter. Okay. Oh, that's horrible, horrible. And I made my own peace with God about that. I didn't realize that until I did research and I looked up what was the worst sin. They're gonna make fun of me for this, but I'll talk to you and tell you. But they're listening, we know. But that's like blasphemy, isn't it? Like I didn't realize. Like I think that's what it was. What I did. And so then I had to get right with that. That's good, Ashley. Do you have the BRCA gene? See, I didn't test. I did get tested for it, but I didn't test positive for the BRCA gene. I'm sorry to hear about the mastectomy. That's tough. Am I right, Simca? Is that what it is? Is blasphemy? Like, I don't know everything. You know what I mean? So I know like a very small percentage of anything. Are you married or were you married then, Ashley? I'm sorry, I don't mean to like. I feel like 20 years ago. I don't know how old you are, but that must have been an even bigger blow. Like I don't know how old you are, but if you were, it's just a blow, just a blow. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter what kind of cancer it is. When somebody says, "Oh, you got cancer," like really, Ashley, it's terrible. Yeah, I can understand that. Well, Simca, after that, like I got, like I realized, because I was looking up, you know, what is like the worst sin, and that, blasphemy seemed to be what it was. Hi, coward, so, I was like mad at myself, like angry that it's not so much like if I like, said, oh my God, or something like that, or something. It was, I don't know. But as for like, thank you, Cynthia. Do you think everyone though? I mean, do you think that God forgives everyone? I mean, like that person who was just in it, I'm missing loyalty. How come you don't put the O? Now, to repent, does that mean like while they're alive, right? Not like their last dying moment, right? Like they can't be rotten their whole life and make somebody else's life miserable. Like okay, what if they were? Oh, that's cool, coward. I like golfing. Oh, pray for forgiveness. That's okay, okay. But what about to the person that they did something to? Like for me, that was like it was to God. I feel like and and but like what if yeah, that's not normal, right? Like he would know they were pouring wool over their eyes. Can't do that. Like, okay, can I ask you a question while you're here? Okay. If God, and I mean, sorry, if Jesus knew, like they all say that, oh, he knew that it was, his destiny or something like that, right? He sacrificed himself, right? Then why did Jesus say, Father, why have you forsaken me? That's okay, coward. Sometimes people are new. Sometimes people are new. They're not being rude. They're just having a discussion with us, coward. They're being fine. Coward, they're being good. They're fine. They're new. We welcome Ashley. I didn't cancer bully the lady and her daughter. I didn't. I don't know them. Okay, because he was separated by the sin he took on to eat. I don't understand that. Like forsaken, what does that mean actually? No, I didn't say she was Gypsy Rose. I was saying that um interesting, Cynthia, right? I was saying they said I was like Gypsy Rose. They there has been Gypsy Roses. My point I was saying was, you know, how do they even know if this was way back when? I didn't say she had Munchausen syndrome. I never said she had Munchausen syndrome. Never said that. What do you mean I said she had a GoFundMe? She never did. I don't even know if she has a GoFundMe. I thought Sharon shared out a GoFundMe. I have no clue anything about Vomit. Yeah, you could get rid of, make amends. I never said that shit. I don't even know anything about them. Hi, Jesse. I believe it was because when the... Okay, I'm trying to keep my mind on what we're talking about here. Separate. Why have you separate forsaken? I believe it's because when the Son of the whole world was born, I don't understand. I don't. Thank you. I still don't understand. But Jesus didn't sin. At is that? Wait, I don't understand. So, what was Jesus' sin? Like, I'm not understanding. How was he separated from God? I don't understand. Oh, so he was saying God can't look at sin. Oh. How? Well, I don't know if he wanted to, but how do you guys know that? That not that he took on a sin, but that God can't look at sin. Yeah, only mankind has sin. There's mankind, but I mean, I never heard that before. God can't look at sin because he is sinless. The Bible says that? Really? Maybe he can look at it like it, but doesn't see it as sin. Maybe he sees it different way. Really? That's that's um that's disappointing. Because what if people are sinning against you and God won't look at it? And yeah, but no, because in the story of Lot, didn't he strike all those men blind? And he must have seen what was going on when he destroyed what was going on. Does it really say he can't look at sin? I knew about the, laying eyes upon him, but So when Jesus said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they have done," what was that exactly like? Doesn't that kind of like foretell something horrific, or like that was sin to do it? Like, for they know not what they have done. I don't even know. I'm just asking because I know you're well read. A lot of people here are well read. Did you hear that documentary that I was playing the other day of that lady's near-death experience where um, you didn't get rid of Ashley, right? I mean, Ashley's still here. Now, okay, separates us from God. Hi, Mr. Tim. Um, does was all right? Barabbas, 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 Barabbas. All right, you know what I'm talking about? Barabbas, Barabbas. So he felt like he had sinned or something. Did he feel like he had sinned? Why do they say that he descended into hell in some of what they? Yeah, wasn't his first name Jesus too? How come you're not a member anymore, Mr. Tim? You let your membership go because they would make fun of you? Or because you like private member chats? I read that it was, and it means son of man. Kind of like if you didn't know who your father was. Now I'm not even like, believe me, I have faith. I do believe in God. I believe in, all this. I do. But I don't know. I think that there's a lot of stuff in the Bible. Like, one story is different from the other. Like, they'll say that, Jesus knew his destiny was already foretold, right? But then they also say, anybody like listening to psychics and stuff um is evil, or Jesus performed miracles such as raising the dead, but then they say, oh, necromancy. Now, raising the dead, I mean, that's a little something. Didn't that guy, Lazarus or something, that And that I just think I'm never gonna know, Simka. Like the whole Bible, front to back, you know? Because there's so many different. But I do have faith. Trust me, I do. I definitely believe that there is. I thought it was great, that story, that documentary the other night, when God was like telling her, I thought of you. I made you. I planned you. You were with me before you were born. And then showed her the spot in her DNA where, like I pictured it in this little glowing spot in the DNA. It said, there I am. I'm in your DNA. Yeah, there's definitely something, yeah, who was merciful and kind, and that's why they, actually made DMT to ease you into birth. And wow, think about that though, Sinka. If somebody actually was raised from the dead that had been dead for 3 days, that'd be pretty creepy. Do you think now? Where can I find where you said, "Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they have done"? If you could tell me, I'm sure it appears a couple of places in the Bible, but I know you guys hate it. When I don't think you guys hate it when I. That is very true. That everything has to grow, and even when it doesn't. Okay. Why did they change their names? True, the apostles' names. What did God say the first time when Luke got to heaven? Luke, I am your father. Just kidding. I just made up a stupid joke. Luke, I am your father. Why do they call him the Messiah? Isn't that Jewish word? Like, I sound like a little kid right now. Why? How? What? What? How? What? Tell me again. Alright, I'm trying to find Luke here. I probably should have just looked up in the index here. Luke, I am your father. Jewish, though. Yeah, but he was dead. He couldn't replace Judas then. You know that Judas is the one who started Potter's Field? For poor people to be buried. Did you know that? Wow. Who were the two people, Simta? You know. Hmm. Interesting. Other planets, you guys mean? I just looked it up to where Luke is, and then now I just, you know, and Matthew's a long one, huh? I just looked it up. There, I got it. Okay, I got it. All right. So, I don't think we're the only planet with life, even though they try to say that, but okay. Just say, he who believes, this is the end of Mark, okay? And then it goes into Luke. Um, see? Uh, oh, yeah, see? Right. Isn't it possible they never killed him? Like, isn't it possible that, 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 you know, like, that, okay, okay. They didn't have actual photographs of people then. They didn't, you know? And, oh, this is horrific. Look at, oh my God, this is awful. Ugh, this is so awful. Oh my God. This is so awful. Do you guys want me to read it to you? Ugh, oh my God. Have you guys read this whole thing? Not the whole Bible or anything, I'm not saying, but, I mean, like, have you guys? Yeah, fear, because listen to this. Listen to this. It's so, oh my God, it's so sad. Um, see, it doesn't sound like he was saying to them that he was supposed to be getting killed. Oh my God. He was so, he was so annoyed. Like the Holy Roman Empire. Do you think that maybe they like, let's think about this. That this was the first actually uh, like Satanism, like not Christian, but by as a hidden thing. You know what I mean? Like hidden. And isn't it true that when you sacrifice something, and they did call him the Lamb of God, and when people would sacrifice a lamb to God, didn't they have to eat it? Yeah, I question things too. Like, can I? Do you guys mind if like I read this to you guys? Because I never like. I'm telling you guys. I know it looks like a lot. It is. It is a lot. It's a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I mean about like with Dianetics was like but why is this such a long chapter? Do you think when they say this is the body of Christ that right after that they ate him and that you know how they kind of refer to that as the Eucharist, but sometimes they would refer to John the Baptist as the Eucharist, and they served his head on a platter. But do you think that they ate him? Like, without people really even really knowing or wanting to know? Do you think that when, like when they call people, oh, they're a bleeding heart, it's kind of derived from um, when they speared him in the heart, and that when people go, that's your cross to bear, is, nobody escapes their cross to bear. People actually do sometimes go through trials and tribulations that they don't even deserve, um, through our life, and none of us really know for a fact if there's life after death. We just do, on a hope, on a hope. But that when we go through our life feeling sometimes like, oh my God, I can't take the burden anymore. It's like, so the whole thing is through having the belief in it, that God says, oh, yes, but you still believed through it all. Says he had, okay, so from in Mark, right? The Holy Roman Empire is now the Vatican. Let's get it right, Gumbe. So in Mark, it says, the beginning of the facts of the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. But Christ wasn't his name, and Jesus just meant son of, right? Just as it is written in the prophet Isaiah, which I thought it was a sin to partake with prophets and stuff. Behold, I send my messenger before your face, who will make ready your way. A voice of one crying in the wilderness, shouting in the desert, prepare the way of the Lord, make his beaten tracks straight, level, and passable. John the Baptist appeared in the wilderness, desert, preaching a baptism. Did you know that John the Baptist was born the same way as Agnostic. In Matthew. Yeah, I don't believe he ever talked about that either. This is a different Bible. This leaves shit out. Mm. Mm. So I did Hebrew stuff out. Mm. It's weird to me that Jesus would be baptized. But you want to know what I think? Now, I could be wrong, but there's something in us called the dive reflex, right? It's called the dive reflex. And you ever seen those, like, people who are getting baptized at, like, a river and they, like, hold their hand, like, under the water almost like they're drowning them, and the person, you know, comes up, like, almost gasping for air, basically, almost sometimes. Um, there's something in us called the dive reflex, which I always find so interesting. It's how long distance swimmers and scuba divers and stuff, they can train their bodies to hold their breath for a very long time by, if you practice holding your breath, you can hold your breath double that amount of time underwater. So if you on land hold your breath every day and time it, and if you can hold it for a minute, say, underwater, if you can keep yourself under control, like, if you can, keep your mind in the state, because drowning is a scary thing. Feeling like you're going to drown is very scary. But if you can remind yourself that you have this dive reflex in you. And I mean, maybe we should all practice, holding our breath, just because we never know, like, what could happen. At least you'd have a time frame to know how long you could, you know, um, and you know what got me so, you know, going with that symptom was they actually, when they're like saying, okay, well, we want to pass this bill that, we could get married and be on each other's insurance or whatever the case may be. We're still fighting for those rights. You got to read the fine print too, because it's also they're assigning sex, like selected genders, and and before the kid reaches puberty, they're giving people puberty blockers, and that's being covered in some states under insurance. Well, I would be confused and troubled if you'd been given in some cases, a sex change operation at, 22 months, and you didn't know it, you know? I mean, the fact that our taxes were at ever any time, it's just recently that they started saying we're not gonna right, as if it's a fad. Yeah, and that's wrong, man. That is freaking wrong, in my opinion. And but parents, before kids hit, the fact that there's something called puberty blockers with a future of regret, exactly. And some of them, as in the case of those two twins that I know of, and I'm sure there's others, they might even, oh, sorry, we screwed up doing the circumcision. Oh, they got this problem, and it'd be easier for you if we changed them to a girl. And so then you get this little girl growing up that can't figure out why inside she, feels, yeah, exactly. Exactly. If puberty is a confusing time, then okay, then let them go through it. How I can't even imagine that it's only as of recently. Yeah, right, right. That's trying to play God right there, that kind of stuff. I know, and that was another thing that Amy was like, she played a part of my content and played me saying, well, because I think, men going into girls' bathrooms, I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't, And she's like, oh, there's doors on them. Right, they're not even responsible to drink alcohol until they're 21. Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys. I mean, I don't even know if I even believe that. I mean, about Mr. Bob. I really don't know. I mean, a person's sex life is their sex life, but um, I don't think that a person's sex life entails wearing and including, and I'm talking about girls too. And now people can call me prude or whatever they want to call me. I'm not a prude. I'm not a prude. I'm not a prude. Okay. But I don't think, like, even at the circus, okay? I remember when, when I was, um, I had taken my daughter to the circus, and the girl on the rope thing or whatever, the trapeze thing. I thought, at what fucking point did they start wearing thongs? Why does this woman, this gymnast, this whatever, trapeze, why does she need to be wearing a thong? Something I can't imagine them having things such as glory holes. What kind of a fucking society are we in nowadays? Or such things as puberty blockers. Or even the internet where people have put up on the internet, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this. And people will complain and report it, and the authorities will say it's not illegal to threaten to make a death threat, and then people are dead, and then suddenly it's a legal case. It's like wait a minute, you mean this could have been prevented? I understand. Don't ever get me wrong about Bobble. I mean, not Bobbles. I don't even mean Bobbles. I'm sorry. About Bimbo, right? Okay. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable about that. Even Tom's lactating, these won't do anything. Fucking, that's, now see, now we go, oh, fucking gross, and it's like, oh, SG's against men going into women's changing rooms. Oh, SG's against it. SG's against it. Like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, feelings are not facts. I don't know about buying the look. I'm saying why. But here's the thing. Hi, Doodlebug. That's why, Jesse, I think they try to do a lot of that Mandela effect. The Mandela effect on people of our age group, like with the Publishers Clearinghouse and Richard Simmons didn't wear a head, all of that shit, okay? That's why I think they are doing that, because people the age group of, I mean, there, of course, there's people who are younger than, people who were born in the 60s or prior, that are smart, okay? Well, I'm not a big John Wayne fan myself, but of course they would say, who's John Wayne? Yeah. 666 is actually a very strong angel number. Believe it or not, look that up. Look up the meaning of it, as an angel number. Um, Now imagine that. I believe his real first name, John Wayne's first name, was Marion. Marion. Yeah, Marion. Yeah, so I was right. Yeah, Marion. The weed they have out now has fucking fetty in it and shit, and they're killing people. It's almost like a genocide in a way, but people talk about, about rehabilitation for criminals and stuff. What kind of rehabilitation is going to be for those people in Kensington? I mean, I really would like to know. I'd like to know why Kensington ever got that way. I'd like to know where a lot of the money that has been going, to education and stuff, into a lot of things. How come it really hasn't been? There's no incentive because there's no incentive. There's no incentive for fucking even us anymore, really. Man, I be putting, little bits of gas in at a time and stuff. I get fucking into the next town over or whatever. It's not that far. And ding, light goes on again. Ding, light on. My mechanic that I had since I was 19 shut down. Fucking, there's something, right? This is a person who was a really good guy, like, didn't charge, like, I mean, for his friends, and he was a great mechanic. Um, he gets a couple of months before retirement, a couple of months before retirement, and fucking the apartment building that he was living in across from his shop, where he'd been for 33 years, his shop burns, loses everything, loses everything. And then, not that he really would have retired. I mean, his life, he's just, a lifelong mechanic. Then the guy who he was renting the shop from, the person who bought the land now, whatever, says, I want to use that property. So you got 3 months. Says, aren't you old enough to retire yet? Oh, in Kensington? Yes, okay, you're right. But you know what? Those people are guinea pigs there. That's why they have free giveaways. Yeah, that's why they do that. You know that, Jesse? They're a lab. They're a lab right in front of us. They're getting tested, everything coming out. That's where people are sitting there making their notes. Okay, so this is what happens to them. This is what happens to them. I mean, it's not like they don't care. I mean, they care. They don't give two shits. Look at the Civil War. We went into the Civil War with no plan on where to bury. No. We ain't talking about that, though. No, Ashley, can you remove that comment, please, Ashley? I don't believe there should be separating parties as Democrat or Republican. Okay? Yeah. That didn't happen. I can't even. Can you just remove that comment, please? I just can't. I lived through the last normal, legit election. And it was Clinton. And I'm not saying that. No, Ashley, it's because I don't know how old you are, but I'm telling you that that year was my first year I was able to vote like in a presidential election. I was prepared to vote any way, any party, as long as they were the best one. So I watched everything like a hawk, all their debates, everything I watched like a hawk. I wanted to make certain because I was I was young. I was the first time I was getting a vote. All right, Coward, have fun. That would have been what, 91? He came in 92, right? Is that right? Yeah, I watched everything, and that was the year with Ross Perot, but he backed out. He could have been a good shot. Ross Perot could have been a good shot. Oh, you two, you're leaving, or you two, that was your first year? Um, and you know, uh, I just was a young person who wasn't like, I was raised in a family where they were politically inclined. So it wasn't like as if my family, yeah, he had a hard time. But then when he tried to come back in, that's when people were like, uh, you know, uh, and, my mother wasn't like, I don't even know if my mother voted. I don't even think she did. I don't even think so. He would have, except that he backed down. Well, presidents get death threats all the time. You know what I'm saying? Um, but here's the thing. When there's a third party thrown in there, oftentimes it usually will take away. Well, anyway, okay. So, granted, I didn't really know I just had to watch all of it. I didn't even know he got, see, I feel like, so this black lady in the audience at the debate between Clinton and the father Bush there kept saying, "What are you going to do about the recession?" She kept asking, "What are you going to do about the recession?" And of course, she was asking, the father because he'd already been in office for 4 years. And then he looked at her, and this is what I never forget it. He looked at her, and he was mad. He said, "I don't understand what you mean by that question. That's like asking somebody who doesn't have cancer what they're going to do about cancer." So the recession didn't affect him. So what a stupid question, basically. The other day I asked the chat, the live stream, like if you were on your deathbed or something and they played a song that would make you smile. There's a lot, but Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow and the 92, the inauguration, and Bill Clinton and Michael Jackson was there, and Fleetwood Mac, and that's the song. Right there is the song. Don't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow. But that one, that particular, that video, that song, every time, every time I watch that video, I get goosebumps. I get goosebumps. Man, it changed. Did it change, man, the world? I don't care if, like I'm not saying to people, oh, Democrat good, Republican bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just recollecting that this guy looked at that lady, Bush the father, and he said, "I don't understand your question." That's like asking somebody that doesn't have cancer what they're going to do about cancer. And I couldn't believe it. And then after the theft of the election, there was the son. And I remember passing gas stations that had old signs that were closed down now that were $1.04 a gallon, but they were closed down. And then now they're up to almost $5 a gallon. And it's like, up to almost $4 a gallon now. Almost $5 a gallon. Same as milk. Milk. And fucking, I remember looking around at people, and everybody's face was, the same. Well, actually, very rarely, well, first of all, there's not even any like full service gas stations anymore at all, right? And second of all, actually, I went my life, like even like going to You know, where they give you a work permit so that you can work before you're 16. I hope I don't come off sounding like snotty or anything. I enjoy being here. Thank you for coming in. And all the way up till I was, uh, November of 2020. So from 83 to November of 2020, I've been a working tax-paying citizen. And even like Mary lying like that, saying I get housing, is to try to convince people even more so that I'm so, like, when you came in, Simca, like that person was telling me I was a grifter and I was running a scam, and stuff like that. I mean, that's been since, I mean, they've been saying that shit, even like that, as I never pay taxes and as I live in housing. Not that there's anything wrong with housing, but I don't. I pay $900 a month rent out of, and I'm sorry, I kind of need the insurance. Like, they're like, well, ever since I was diagnosed, they're like, go back to work, you're lying. I guess I was, I don't know, like supposed to be the only one working during, like, I don't know. I don't know. I was falling chemo for 6 months and radiation for 35 treatments. I mean, like, I don't know, and they don't know my situation, uh, but I do know that I live in constant fear, and I just can't even speak of my situation because I just saw the ugliest things come from people. So, Mary now is trying to act like as if, I'm lying about people. Shit is fucking gross, man. Think these people thinking that they're gonna actually slander my character, my integrity, my, my credibility, like, and I'm gonna just like, yeah, and usually I had to go back like a third time every week because like my white blood cell count went because these fuckers were causing so much stress on me every fucking week, man. And I did want to just blog about. I just didn't expect to not get like kindness. I'd always been treated kindly. I've never been like any type of person. And e-beggars, and these people may want to speak on my story. Listen, I remember the day exactly, October 8th, 2020. I get the drive home from the doctor's office to process that I had stage 3 cancer. And then after that, I had to process that nobody believed me. That I was LARPing a hospital and I've been a piece of shit scammer my whole life. Nobody's ever loved me. I'm a loser and this and that. I don't process that because I know me. but I know I'm not the type to allow people to get away with it. It just inspires me more to actually remain around. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you, Jesse. To remain around and keep talking about the issues, like what we talk about here. We talk about the Bible. I didn't get to read those books of the Bible I was wanting to. Maybe I'll have to put that aside for another time. Of course, whenever I do a Bible study, I get made fun of for that too. It doesn't deter me. In fact, I from the day when I was 16 and my sister's ex he gave the eulogy at her funeral, and when he well, by the grace of God, Mr. Tim, I wasn't like that. They hated it. I didn't get sick enough for them. Let's keep fingers crossed always for that, shall we? And if I should ever go away, and there's rewatch the live streams of you guys. You know, it's nice to have some things people could remember somebody by. Don't let their fucking narrative of me like live on, like as each other's friends. Like, let's make a path to make certain that we make certain that nobody fucking slanders us. Shit like that. Nat knows if she has a heart and a head, and she knows damn well that I'm not Munchie. And that Sharon's going to do whatever Sharon wants to do. So that's the same reason why I said, well, I'm just like not freaking, you know, seriously. To think I wouldn't be like, ugh, like really? You're letting Munchie in there is ridiculous on that. But really, just like you keep doing what you're doing, Nat. Sharon's going to do what she wants to do. I can't change anybody else. I can only just, do what is more, advantageous to myself and my own well-being. Oh, did she block Munchie? I didn't know if she blocked Munchie or not, you know? I know some people that I like go in there, and there's a lot of people I like there. It killed me to see them, like, just because they're polite people, like, being in a situation, and I get it, it killed me, but I wasn't going to keep, I've seen it before in other, in other places. It's not like I'm not used to this munchie going on, repeatedly, but what's more disappointing is to be accused of being munchy. Like, why would I even do that to myself? I certainly wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't. And I just don't even really have the time. Yeah, and I haven't even mentioned that now, or Amy, other than, like, just to be like, wow, I mean, we could be talking about topics like the Bible or what we were talking about earlier or anything. And they're playing it, and like for me, when I would play commentary, I'd say, if you say my name, these people are like, they're unaligned children, is what they are. They're just trying to make people sick enough to die by stress, or character assassinate them, even though they're still alive, or just whatever. They're prepared. I don't know if they're fooled that, see, I think God does see this, and it makes me feel better to think that God sees sin and sees what people are doing. I would hope that God doesn't not be able to see sin. That's half the time what keeps me from sinning. Yeah, but Kenzie's a troll too. So Kenzie's not a real person either. They're a troll. I mean, I don't know who they are. And we don't know who No BS is. We don't even know who Carrie Mann is. You know what I mean? Like, look at when Debbie admitted that she was, two of the disgusting, disgusting, sexually perverse troll accounts of my kid. You know what I'm saying? Nothing they do surprises me anymore. Well, Ollie had Munchie modded. I don't even know. Like, I believe half of them don't even really know who Munchie is either, but I do know that it derives from Jules saying Munchausen, which I didn't have Munchausen's. And Alan, not much. They were talking about Munchie being in our room. Net saying me and Sharon are in on that. We want people to have things to talk about. I mean, they talk about us if we don't even like, talk about them. So Net's gonna talk about us anyway. Mary's gonna talk about us anyway. Amy's gonna talk about us anyway. You know what I mean? They're gonna talk about us anyway. Me and Coward can say, "Oh, we've never seen, meth around here," and the community posts about it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make a difference. They're scoping for anything, and I myself, I'm so more concerned with like the world. And man, I'm telling you, if I could fucking spin around and go back to the days of, I'd relive my whole life over again, starting right back from living on Continental Street and when my sisters in the 70s like that and shit. I still remember learning how to ride my bike in the parking lot of Trinity Church. And my sister, like her boyfriend and her, of course, I was, the littlest in the family. So there was kind of a big jump between us. And I always was like, oh, you want to play cards? You want to play a game? You want to play? You want to play? And they always got me with fucking 52 card pickup. I fell for it every time. I fell for it every time. You know what else I would fall for all the time too in England? Pull my finger. My Uncle Arnie would do it all the time to me, pull my finger, and I would. I fell for it all the time. It's stupid. I guess like a lot of people probably maybe grow up like and maybe I don't know a different way or something. But my mom grew up in England during World War II, during rations and stuff. She was very humble, you know, like she's the type, you know, who would make sandwiches and stuff for us to eat at the beach because, you know, she'd have enough for us to get in and enough for a gas, which was under $1 a gallon then. But I remember running out of gas and her putting in like 50 cents or something, you know, for us to get home. I remember the first time I was supposed to go to the circus. It was Ringling Brothers, Barnum Bailey, whatever, you know. And I was about 5, and we had this white, you know, station wagon kind of thing, like, you know, a white car. I don't know. I remember it being white. It was old. And it was probably like in 73. And I was excited. Hi, Hannah Blessings. And we walked out of the house, and the car was gone from in front of our house. The car was gone. And I didn't get to go to the circus, right? But the fucked up thing about it was either a day or two later, the car was back in front of the house. Yes, it was painted with flowers and peace signs. Had a new paint job, flowers and peace signs, and keys were, you know, in there, whatever, with a note saying, sorry, we needed your car to get to a concert. Now, I don't know what concert it was, but it must have been pretty important. But we had flowers and peace signs on it for a while. Imagine that. That had to be something with this guy, I think. Imagine that. They returned the car. Then when I finally did go see the circus for the first time, it was at the Civic Center, and my sister's boyfriend, he was like, you know, I don't know how old he was. I don't know, probably 15, 16 or whatever. I was little. And he was taking me to the circus. It was so nice of him, George. I remember him, he was a redhead. And McDonald's was across the street from the Civic Center where the circus was. So, you guys still hear me? Do I sound okay? I don't even know if you guys are with me or not. But, um, so, you know, like, of course, it's cheaper to eat, you know, at McDonald's before you go inside the arena. You still with me? Maybe I'll save this story for another time when people care about hearing it. I'm just kidding. So anyway, the blessing. We were going into McDonald's, and you know, he had me by the hand. I was little, and fucking I don't know, like 8 or something. And this girl, like his age, you know, whatever, this teenage girl, jumps out in front of us, and she does like as if she was gonna do jumping jacks, but you know, puts her hands straight up in the air together, but like spreads her legs like she was gonna do jumping jacks or something. And she said, "You want to eat at the Y? You can eat at the Y for free." And George goes, "No," and you know, like has me by the hand and just like you know, walking by her, and I'm going, "I want to eat at the Y. I want to eat at the Y, George. Why can't we eat at the Y? It's free, George." And he was like, "No, no, go get McDonald's." Never understood it. So it was an adult. Whatever, I'm just reminiscing with you guys of my childhood memories. Boring, I know. Oh, I bet you I'd have like more people chatting if I was doing commentary on myself, calling myself what a bitch I was. Listen to her. Listen to that dumb bitch. She wants to eat at the Y. I can only do so much. Seriously. I'm as good as you guys are. All right. Make sure you guys thumbs up. Have a great day.